Well, welcome everyone. Paul Sorensen here from One Fellowship with Lieutenant Colonel Mark Jones of the Air Force here in Charleston. We are here to present an amazing opportunity to care for strangers or foreigners, refugees coming here to Charleston in the love of Christ. It's called the Afghan Refugee Collaborative. And I've asked Mark, who's going to serve as the team lead for our team of One Fellowship, to share more about this opportunity. So Mark, can you share a little bit about the Afghan Refugee Collaborative?
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, Paul. Well, hello, everybody. I'm here today to tell you about a new missions ministry opportunity at One Fellowship and to ask for your help in making it a success. So we're partnering with Lutheran Services of the Carolinas and Mission Charleston, which is a church collaborative, to sponsor an Afghan refugee family. So it's called the Afghan Refugee Collaborative. And it's totally supporting an Afghan refugee family that's inbound to our location. So I'll start off with an introduction, if you don't mind. Like Paul said, my name is Mark Jones. My wife is Meg. I have 5 kids ranging in age between 8 and 12, 4 boys, 1 girl. And we've been at One Fellowship for members for 2 years. We've been living here in Charleston for about 3.5 years now. And so I have a military history. That's what brought us here. I'm stationed at Joint Base Charleston. I fly cargo planes. I've flown C-17s for most of my career. I've flown some other jets as well, but mostly C-17s. And those are what have taken me around the world flying missions into places like Iraq and Afghanistan primarily. This past August, I flew missions into Kabul and helped with the Afghan evacuation of 124,000 refugees, those who were fleeing literally for their lives as the Taliban overthrew the government and the local Afghan military, and then threatened retaliation against those who helped the United States. So most of these refugees are those who helped us in the war effort and then are now coming under persecution and fear for their lives. So they fled. And Paul, I mean, they fled with literally nothing. They got on the plane. You saw probably images on the news where they just crammed into the jets as tight as we could put them. I think we have some pictures. Hopefully we can share them here that I took from my mission. Literally, there was a woman on there who had given birth the day prior and had her 1-day-old baby there on her lap. So imagine being born and the next day you're a refugee and your whole family is thrown into that upheaval. Mm-hmm. So now they're in the United States. So there are about 85,000 who made it to the United States who are in refugee camps around the country. And they're awaiting final vetting and their papers to all go through. And once they're vetted, they're going to get placed into communities. And that's where our church is partnering with, again, Lutheran Services to help them out. And when I say help them, it's holistic help. It's everything. So they know nothing about our society is the assumption, or Western way of life. They don't have any money. They don't have any resources. They don't have any contacts, and they're going to get plopped right into our society. So that's what our church is going to do, come alongside to help them in every way. So I'll share about the volunteer opportunities, Paul, if that's okay.
That's great.
Yeah. So we need I'm looking for 6 key leaders to help me, partner with me for the next 6 to 12 months in taking the lead on making it happen for them. 6 months is the minimum amount of time commitment that we're looking for, and 12 months is the max. So it's the teach a man to fish philosophy. We want to teach them how to live their lives here, get them set up to be independent. And that's what they want to. That's what most refugees are looking for, is make their own way, their own life. So we're going to help them do that. So the 6 team leads are a welcome team lead. It's like a hospitality lead, an employment team lead to help those of age get jobs and hold jobs in the United States, which will be a significant challenge for someone who's from Afghanistan. It's a different work ethic and a different work culture. A housing team lead to get them set up with a place to live, a permanent solution there. An education team lead, get the children enrolled in school and teach the parents as English as a second language or get them hooked up with the classes they need. A transportation team lead, initially to provide transportation to them and lead the team that will do that, and but eventually to teach them how to ride the bus, teach them how to get a driver's license and drive, and take them by the hand and get them independent. And finally, a medical team lead, which I think they'll have Medicare, they'll need help getting enrolled and then making doctor's appointments. You don't have to be a doctor to be the medical team lead. You don't have to be a teacher to be the education team lead. You just need to be a willing leader to lead that team and move them forward. So that's the 6 key leaders that I'm looking for. But we also need volunteers for the day-to-day activities. So we need donations of furniture, supplies, We need laborers, help paint the place, paint the rooms, mow the lawn maybe initially, provide meals. So the meal train, make culturally sensitive meals and deliver them to the home. So there's so many different ways we can get involved. It's a huge commitment, but an incredible opportunity, I think, for our church. And I'm really excited to be moving forward into it.
That's fantastic. And our church has a history of partnering with and leading different mission opportunities and supporting church plants and such. And I can just say what an honor and opportunity on behalf of our church to step into the gap and to be the hands and feet of Christ to these refugees. I know our church will be contributing some financial capital from the leadership down, but we want service capital, human capital, people rallying around Mark on behalf of our church, on behalf of Christ. And so what's the next step? And then who can be involved? Is it just individuals or families? Can you answer those questions?
That's a great question. Absolutely a family effort. So for my family, we try to do things and view opportunities like this as a team thing. This is definitely not just, I'm not the lead on this. It's my family is, I guess, taking lead in this case. And we work together on everything we can do as far as missions as a family. So I would encourage families to rally up and see this as a great opportunity to do family missions. So Paul, I'll share personally why I'm getting involved. For me, flying in Afghanistan for 18 years, I was able to view the country from the air, a little bit from the ground, but I never got to meet the people. And this is such a rare opportunity. I actually get to meet them and see them, have a personal relationship with the man of the household from Afghanistan to see how his life compares to mine. He probably won't share the same faith that I have. Almost certainly not. He won't share the same values. Cultural differences are going to be there. I can't wait to learn, though, from what he can show me. And then also what my family can learn from their children. So again, my kids are right at that age where I really want them to learn about missions and service and to be exposed to other cultures. And here it is right on our doorstep, an opportunity to do that. So yeah, I flew in the country for so long. I kind of have a soft spot for it, kind of a love for it somehow. I can't really explain, but this was just a really neat opportunity, I think, to get in there. So next steps for the church, I need to hear for who's out there. I need to gather our assets and find out who's going to volunteer and go. So what I've done is, first of all, you can immediately be praying for the family. Again, they're in a refugee camp. They have been since August. So think back about that. That's literally chain link fence around Tent City. They get 3 square meals a day, but they have nothing else to do. They're just sitting, waiting. And it's going to be an incredible thing when they finally get out of that camp and then get placed into society. Be praying for them now, for sure. And then I think I have a QR code made. I think we're going to try to display that here at the end. If you can use your phone, scan the QR code. It'll take you to a Google survey. It'll ask you if you want to be involved and prompt questions and answers from you. So if you can just fill that out, take about 1 minute. Looking forward to hearing from everyone about how they can, areas where they can help out. That's how we get it.
That sounds so exciting. And I think you actually have some of your team assembled. Can we welcome them into the picture?
So the kids, thanks. The kids are here with me. And that was to the effect, I had them here helping me put together a little presentation and work on all the information that we've been doing. And they're excited. They're excited to get involved and to partner with me. And Meg's not here, unfortunately, but also will be involved. So I really encourage you and your family to think of ways you can commit. Especially those 6 key leaders that I need for the 6 to 12 months. But every little bit helps, everybody all together. So it's going to be great, I think, for all of us.
Perfect. Well, there's a sense of urgency because the family or families are coming to Charleston here in December. So pray and act. That's our invitation, to pray and act as the Lord guides. I'm reminded from the biblical perspective as to how we're to care for foreigners. For instance, in Leviticus 19, we read these words: "The foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourselves, for you were foreigners in Egypt. I am the Lord your God." And let's show the world who the Lord is by how we care for these refugees, for these foreigners, not just as individuals, but as a church. So we'll put up the QR code, pray and act. And thanks so much, Jones family. And thanks to all who will step up with us in this time of need. God bless.
Thanks, Paul.